Digital Media Production 3. As a small recap, our big question topic is doing good. And in this media production, we will be covering amplification of our question, the complications that arise, and finally the resolution. This is the image of the waiter from DMP2. And a small recap is that he found a large sum of money belonging to a family in his restaurant, and instead of keeping it for himself, he returned it. He's not only doing good in this case, but he's creating a complication in that he doesn't get the money that he could have taken and nobody would turn a blind eye to, except maybe the family. However, we find that this relates to our sense of destiny because since our big question is doing good, is our destiny ultimately to continue to make sacrifices? Here we see an amplification of our original question. It is the image of when the mother is talking to the dirty child that her child, in quotation marks, is playing around with. After a few profound words are exchanged, she loses her original sense of self, shown by the woman dressed in white leaving the body, and the facial expression of the real person, realizing that she can do good by listening to this girl. Her destiny is ultimately changed based off this interaction, and from our original question and human-heartedness, we see that doing good has a profound effect on relationships, and our complication still arises in that we are forced to sacrifice our old self to progress our understanding of life and moving through it as a whole person instead of as the same person we once were. This next image is from the good story, The Horse of Power, where the rider finds the fire feather on the floor, but the horse tells him that he will have to face true fear if he picks up this feather. And in this case, we see that he is following the instructions of someone he respects. So this is also doing good in a more abstract sense. It amplifies our original question, since we are not focusing strictly on familial relations, but rather on abstract ones where you can even have relationships with inanimate things or things that don't talk. This next image connects our topic and my sense of destiny with my own individual level. We see that I'm in the middle thinking to take the easy path, riding horses or playing in the sand, or taking the hard path, which is what I study engineering and doing the quote-unquote right thing. And this all has to do with what my sense of destiny is. At the moment, I feel that my sense of destiny is to follow this harder path and try to make the world a better place instead of doing the easy path, which is just having fun and not trying to promote society in any way. We again see that you are making sacrifices by taking the harder path, and this is our complication that arose before. However, we will soon find that there is a resolution to this. We finally move on to the particular level, where we try to relate money, which was from the case with the waiter who found the money and returned it, violence, from the story of the Psyche and Eros, where she tried to stab her husband in the back, knowledge, from my own individual level, where I try to learn engineering to make the world a better place, and finally the human heart, which connects all of our original images. We realize that these are all connected and all have to affect our sense of destiny. There's no way around it, and in the end we see that we are ultimately happier by taking this harder path because we feel a greater sense of accomplishment, even though we have to make all these sacrifices to get to that point. So in the end, our big question, which was the teachings of Confucius and human-heartedness and how related to relationships and even the sense of destiny, we find that doing good will always end up having a better outcome than doing the easy path. And this is the conclusion that I arrived at.